This is Jeff from PlaySight. In today's tennis tutorial, we're going to go over the SmartCourt kiosk interface. So if you've never seen a SmartCourt kiosk before, this is the screen that shows up any court. We're at USC here today, but we have courts all over the world. The screen looks the same on everyone. If you've never played on a SmartCourt before, the first thing you'll want to do is select Join here in the top left. And what you want to put in on the Join screen is your name, birth date, gender, an email, and an easy password to remember. We recommend something 6 characters, that's the minimum, and something that each time you step on court, you're going to remember. You also want to make sure to put in the fact if you're a left-handed player or a right-handed player. This is really important as the system tracks all of your strokes and all of the types of strokes based on what hand you put in. So once you have all of your information here, you're going to select Join, and then you're free to use all of the different SmartCourt features. The first mode we're going to go over here on the SmartCourt kiosk is singles mode. So you're going to select here, and now that you've signed up for PlaySight, you're going to enter your email and password. So this is the singles mode interface. You have a lot of options when you log into singles mode tennis on PlaySight. The first thing you can select here in the top left is play points. So we're going to show you what that looks like here. So when you select play points, you have 2 options here. You can either set up a match or a tournament. These 2 modes are virtually identical except for the look of the screen itself. Tournament mode displays no real-time statistics. That way it's allowed to be used in tournaments, whether it's a USTA tournament or an ITF sanctioned tournament. Let's show you what that screen looks like very quickly. So as you can see, this is a static screen. There's no stats, there's no data, there's no analytics on the screen, but the system is still tracking and tagging everything. So after you're done, you'll want to select Analyze here in the bottom left, and that will give you all of the information, as well as on your PlaySight account online or through the app. And one thing you'll want to note here in both tournament mode and match mode that's really important is this switch sides button here. You want to make sure that whenever you and your opponent switch sides, you select it. That way the statistics will be accurately kept for you, regardless of what side of the court you're on. And one of the great things about PlaySight SmartCourt is the instant replay function. This is available, you can see the button here in the bottom right. This is available in tournaments, matches, drills, really anything you do on court. And what that gives you is multi-angle, real-time synced video that you can access on the kiosk and then get back and play right away. We've seen people use this whether they're challenging line calls in tournaments or they're working with a coach on court and they want to review something quickly and then get out and hit again. In PlaySight's match mode, you'll see some real-time statistics displayed on the screen, which I'm going to show you now. So if you and your opponent are ready to start your match, you'll come up to the kiosk, you'll log in, you'll go to play points, and then you'll start your match. And you can see here the interface has a lot to offer. This is actually quite a bit different from our previous version, so if you haven't played on a SmartCourt recently, this might be new to you. What you want to look at here are a few things. One thing to note is this button in the middle here, switch sides. This is very important for you and your opponent to press this whenever you switch sides on court. That way you're going to get accurate statistics and analytics for each of you. A new feature we added here, you can see it says winners, is you can toggle through real-time statistics that are going to display on the screen. Whether you want to look at winners, unforced errors, points won, first serve percentage, and so on. And this is all available to either player, and you can change it. Say you want to look at something during a match and then you switch it up. You want to look at your fastest serve, you can do that too. On the bottom here, you have a few other options. These are available in most other SmartCourt modes as well. When you're done playing, you'll want to press Analyze, but if you're still playing, you don't want to hit that button as it ends your match session. You can have audio line calling on for serves, and you can mute it by hitting the microphone button again. You can have speed calling toggled on when it's highlighted in blue, or toggled off, and you can have line calling for serves toggled on like it is here, or you can turn it off. And at any time during the match, if you want to challenge a close call, you can hit instant replay in the bottom right. Another great feature of PlaySight SmartCourt technology is the ability to use the warm-up mode. This is great if you've never played on a SmartCourt and you want to see what it can do, or if you're just out hitting with a friend before a match, or during practice and you don't have a specific time goal or target goal or stroke goal. We have some players out hitting right now, so you're going to see the screen work in real time. So this is the warm-up screen. It's very similar to the match mode and also a lot of the other drills modes. What it's going to show you is a lot of things, and we're going to go through it step by step. You have the player name here, so if they're ever switching sides on the court, you'll want to hit that. You have the real-time statistics here, so for both of them, it's showing the most recent stroke speed. And you can always toggle these. You get a percentage here, total strokes in, So these new real-time statistics are something we added to enhance the ability of seeing how you're doing in real time. In the top left here, if you want to restart the warm-up, you just press the restart drill button. And in the bottom here, you have a few options. Another new feature we added is the quick stats button here. This is a great way to get a quick look at some of your numbers and metrics without closing or ending your warm-up drill. And at any time, once you've looked at what you want to, you hit back and it goes back here. In the top here, you can see the system is calling lines, and it's also providing a counter for the strokes on court. So you'll notice in the bottom here, we have the speaker icon. You can turn this on to activate sound, and it's going to provide the players with real-time feedback. It's going to let them know when their shots are landing in the appropriate area and when they're not. It's going to call in, it's going to call out, and you'll see here as the players are hitting behind us, real-time feedback. And what that's doing is providing them positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement if they're not getting it in the target area. When you set up warm-up mode on a SmartCourt, there's no specific target area on the court. PlaySight lets you pick easy, medium, and hard zones, but warm-up is going to count all of the strokes that land in the court. And when you're done with your warm-up, you can go back to the menu. You can change the drill if you want to work on a specific stroke, or you can log out of your PlaySight account. A great feature of PlaySight SmartCourt technology is the ability to gamify tennis training, and that can be accomplished through the drills mode. So once you've logged into your PlaySight account and select singles tennis, this is the screen that shows up, and we're going to show you what the drills mode looks like. This is the screen that comes up once you've selected drills. Both of the players that we have on court behind me here are right-handed. What that means is the system is going to know what strokes they need to work on depending on what you input. You can do anything from any stroke to any stroke, and what this is going to do is the system will reward points if the players hit any stroke in the court. You can get more specific too. If you want to work only on forehands, you can do that. If you want to work only on backhands, you can do that as well. You can also get even more specific with the strokes you're working on. If you want to go forehand cross, the system knows that since both players are right-handed, the only return shot you can hit to a forehand cross is another forehand cross. And once you have this selected, the system is only going to reward points if you hit a forehand cross. If you hit any other type of forehand or a backhand, you're going to get no points for it, even if it's in the court. And one thing to note too, at the bottom, you have the option to select feeding or ball machine. Feeding is great if you have a coach on one side of the court moving around and you don't want or need them tracked, or if you have multiple players on one side of the court. That way the system won't get confused with the tracking and they can still focus on the one player that you want to measure. So if you had the coach here and the player here, you would select feeding and then pick the stroke that you wanted to work on. So once you have the stroke selected that you want to work on, in this case we have forehand crosses for both players, you can customize the degree of difficulty. Easy mode is going to give you the full cross court as a target area. Medium is going to give you the service line and past. And the hard zone is going to give you 9 feet from the baseline. So this is a way of creating a drill specific to the player's level of ability. We're going to start off with the easy mode here. Then you're going to hit next. You have more options here. You can make it a competitive drill if you want to go head-to-head, or a teamwork drill if you want them to work on rallies. We're going to select head-to-head and make this a competitive drill, and then you're going to hit next. And this screen gives you further options to customize your SmartCourt drill. You can select a time target anytime. You can select a stroke target, any stroke number, whether it's 15, 10, or you can even do higher numbers as well. Or if you have no goal in mind, you can select freestyle, and that will count all strokes, but it will not end the drill until you're done playing. Let's work towards the first to 10. And then when you're ready to go, you're going to select Start Drill here. And this is the real-time drill screen here. It's going to give you the player names. It's going to give you the counter for each player. Switch sides if for whatever reason they switch sides. And it's going to provide audio feedback of any ball that lands in the cross court, because in this drill we're doing forehand crosses. And you can see here the system is providing real time in terms of counting the strokes in the target area. And you have the option to go through many different real-time statistics here in the bottom left and bottom right, depending on what each player wants to work on. And you'll see when the drill is done here, when one of the players gets to 10, the system is going to let you know. It's going to provide audio feedback that the drill is complete. And the drill is now complete, so the players at this point could come over to the SmartCourt screen. They can take a look at some quick stats here without exiting or leaving the drill. So once you've finished your drill on a PlaySight SmartCourt and you select Analyze on the RealTime Drill screen, this is what comes up. You have a Statistics tab, Chord View, Corner View, and 3D View. And these all give the players and coaches different tools to analyze what they just did on court. So we're going to start with the Statistics tab. You have quick stats on the drill. You can see here it shows anything from time to reach goal to strokes in target area to average speed to fastest speed. And you can get more specific too. Since this was a stroke drill, there's going to be no serve data, but if you did a serve and return drill, you'd have a bunch of information here. We're going to look at the strokes now. So you can see for each player, the PlaySight SmartCourt automatically lets you know your percentages, your fastest strokes, even your net clearance as well. You can look at how you perform in rallies, whether it's short rallies, medium rallies, or long rallies, and you also get some fitness data as well. The system knows, based on your age and gender, approximately how many calories you burned based on how far you covered. The next tab we're going to look at here is Chord View. And this provides different fields of view, different cameras here that you can toggle through in real time. All of the SmartCourt cameras are synced together. So if you jump from one camera to the next, it's going to be at the same point in the video. And what you can see here on the left is the events list. So anything that happens on a SmartCourt is classified by the system as an event. What that means is every single stroke will be tracked, tagged, analyzed, and uploaded by the PlaySight cameras to the kiosk and also to your PlaySight account online and through the mobile app. The events list shows you the time, the name of the player, the type of stroke, the status, speed, and spin in RPMs. So you get a wealth of information available instantly on court and automatically both on court and off court. You can go through the whole events list. You can look at specific strokes. You can select speed if you want to sort it by fastest or by slowest. And a really good tool for both coaches and players is the advanced filter option here. You can select that and you can get really specific with the stroke or strokes you want to look at. So you could look at all of one player's strokes that we're in, and they're going to show up here on the left. You're going to select OK. You're going to select OK. And when you press play, the strokes are going to play one after another. And at any point, if you want the video window to appear larger, all you need to do is select Collapse Events List in the bottom left. And now you can use the full coaching tools available on the PlaySight SmartCourt screen. All of the kiosks are touchscreen interfaces, so you can use your finger to go frame by frame. And again, all the cameras are synced together in real time, so you can look at side views. The SmartCourts here at USC have additional cameras on the baseline and service line that provide even more field of view for analysis and feedback. You can draw on the screen with these line tools if you want to show positioning, anything to do with biomechanics, footwork. There's a pencil tool as well if you want to get more specific with what you're drawing. If you want to show where the player should be looking, where the ball should be going. And there's also a marker tool if you want to show where the ball should be landing. And all of these drawings will stay on the screen for a few seconds on the frame you want and then go away. So you can see here, as we go slowly forward and back through that shot, the drawings appear and then disappear. The next tab we're going to look at is Corner View. So these are the analytic cameras on the SmartCourt. There's 4 of them on each court, positioned obviously in the corners. And they're all synced together in real time as well. These just provide additional fields of view for analysis and for feedback. And the final tab we're going to look at here in the Analyze window is 3D View. So we're going to expand the events list again for a second here, and we're going to remove the filter to look at all strokes. So what you're going to see here on the court is every ball that was hit. You can see there's a legend here that shows you the different colors. So since this was a forehand cross drill, the majority of the strokes in the court were forehands, which are appearing in light blue. And this is a good way of very quickly seeing patterns. It gives you an idea of where all the balls are landing on court, whether they're too shallow, too in the middle, or in the right area. And this is really good for teaching depth and working on specific strokes. And you can also play the video from the 3D window as well, and it'll give you an idea of how the players are moving, as you'll see a trail behind each player. And the 3D window also has different views. So we're looking at the top of the court. You can also look at the side, or if you want to get specific from a player. There's also a camera of the ball as well, which is like a way of putting your own tennis game into a video game. So on the Chord View screen on the Analyze window, you have a lot of options here. I'm going to go through them now. So on the bottom of the screen, here it's going to show you the time. So this drill took 1 minute and 13 seconds. And when you select on a stroke, it's going to show you where in the video that stroke occurred. You have the option to skip back or forward by 5 or 10 second increments. You can obviously select play at any time or pause. The system is going to let you know the player, the status of the shot, green being in, the speed and spin in RPMs, and that's going to change with each stroke. And in the bottom right of the video window here, you can adjust the speed of playback. Right now we have it at 100%. You can go to 75, 50, even down to 25 to really watch things in slow motion. So you can see here in 50, it's a lot easier to manipulate the video when you're playing back in slow motion. At any point you can touch the screen and that's going to pause it. So we're playing, pause, and you can go back slowly. You can go back slowly and forward. Back slowly and forward. We're now going to quickly take a look at the coaching tools available on the PlaySight SmartCourt. So on the video window here, you can see this menu bar here. You have a bunch of different options, from adjusting the color of the pencil, line, and ball icon to using the drawing tools themselves. And to make the video window larger, you're going to collapse the events list here. And again, touchscreen, you can use your fingers to go back and forward. And looking at this view here, it might be better from the side. So we're going to select the baseline camera to get the exact point of contact here. And you can use the drawing tools now, whether it's the pencil to draw arrows, whether you want to use the line tool to show body positioning, or if you want to use the marker icon. I'm going to go back. And now we're going to show some of the drawing and coaching tools in action. Whether you want to use the pencil tool to draw whatever you want on the screen, whether it's an arrow or if you wanted to show a target area on the court, you can use the line tool as well to show body positioning, or the marker tool if you want to show where the ball should be landing. And you want to select the hand here, and that's going to let you use the screen as a touch screen. And you can see the drawings appear and then fade out as you go through the video window. And then finally here, in the bottom right is the eraser tool. You select that, click on your drawing, and it will erase it from the screen. One of the best parts about PlaySight SmartCourt is the ability to create custom videos with the record video icon in the top, this red microphone button. Whether you want to create a coaching video, a recruiting video, or a video of your best shots that you want to share later on social media, this is the way to do it. So on the kiosk, at any time you press this button, it's going to record what's on the screen as well as what you're saying. There's a microphone in the top right of every kiosk that's going to capture your audio. You don't have to speak, it's just an option if you want to add that over top. And these videos will be saved to your PlaySight account, so after you're done playing, you can go to playsight.com and log in, or you can download the PlaySight app and log into your account. You can review your custom videos and you can share them on Instagram, on Facebook, and other social media platforms. So let's look at all of Hannah's forehands. Let's say we wanted to create a specific video of that. The first thing you'd want to do is filter all of her forehands. So we're going to go under player, we're going to select Hannah. Under stroke, we're going to select all forehands. And to get even more specific here, we're going to sort them by speed. So her fastest one in was 60 miles an hour. We're going to select that. We're going to hit OK. We're going to collapse the events list so we get the full video window here. So once you have the strokes selected through the advanced filter that you want to record, you'll pull up the video window here and you're going to select record video. And now everything on the screen as well as my voice is being recorded. So we're going to select play here, and it's going to play Hannah's forehands from fastest to slowest. And at any time you can always touch the screen and manipulate it with your fingers, and you can also use the coaching and drawing tools on the custom record video, and they will also be saved to your PlaySight account where you can review online or through the app. Whether you want to draw lines on the screen to show body positioning, whether you want to use the marker tool and show where you want the ball to be landing. Since we were doing a forehand cross drill, Hannah's going to be looking to land it on the left side of the far court, or you can use the pencil tool if you want to draw a target area for her to be hitting into. Select the hand to be able to manipulate the screen again, and you can go back slowly and forward slowly as well. And as a coach, you can now add your audio feedback, whether you're telling her about her racket positioning or her footwork, on top of the drawings, on top of the video. And when you're done with your custom video, you're going to select the stop icon in the top, and you can either discard the video if you don't want to save it, or you can select save and it will be uploaded to your PlaySight account, where you can review it online or through the app. Once you've logged in on a PlaySight SmartCourt and selected singles mode, you have the option of doing a lot of things. What we're going to work on here is serve and return practice. So on the screen here, all you need to do to activate that mode is select serve and return here in the top right. And the real-time serve screen is going to give you a lot of information, whether the ball hit the net, whether it was in, whether it was out. So you can see here in real time, it's giving you that feedback, and it's also going to provide the speed in miles per hour of the most recent serve. And in the bottom here, you have real-time statistics for each player, whether it's serve percentages, to return RPM, to average return speed. And along the bottom here, you have the same options that are available in most of the other real-time PlaySight screens, from analyze when you're done with your drill, to audio options if you want to turn on speed calling, line calling, or if you want to select instant replay to look at the video in real time. So we're going to turn on the audio now, and it's going to provide the speed of the serve.
109.
So 109 miles an hour, and the ball hit the net. You can adjust the volume if you want it louder.
113.
So that serve that was just hit was 113 miles an hour, but it was a bit long, so the system's going to call fault. And like I said, at any time, if you want to look at the video, you simply press instant replay, and that's going to pull up the video from multiple angles. And when you're in the replay mode, the system is still tracking and tagging all of the serves. So you can use all of the coaching drawing tools. You can change all of the camera views. Here at USC, we have baseline and service line views as well to provide more feedback on screen. And when you're done with the replay, you're going to press X here in the top right and return to the real-time serve screen.